Hi, we're going to do a look at something. Now, the energy has been very interesting. I feel like I'm chronically fatigued. I've been having signs and synchronicities, which I did touch base with the client and I said, I can't do the reading tonight. But I have actually had some interesting energy, which I do want to update you guys about. So, at the moment, we are going to talk about very quickly and briefly dark energy, negative attachments, frequencies in general, okay? Because we currently do have Mars retrograde, Aries and Chiron retrograde, Neptune and Pisces. I mean, you name it, we have it. And yes, it is a very dark time, so to speak, okay? So, as I said, I can't sleep. I need to sleep. I'm exhausted. And this energy is so heavy. And I was like, I started seeing, now, I've been psychic since I was a child, okay? So, I have had to really develop special tools to protect my psychic gift. And I try and share it with you guys so that you guys can actually look after yourselves. Um, Obviously, when my gift was found and it was developing, it was something that I did not want. I'll be brutally honest, and I think most people that are deeply psychic don't actually want that gift. But I did have to learn to work with the energy, and it was to actually protect myself so I didn't have the hoodoo gurus next to my bed. But so to speak, I have noticed through transits that can become very large in nature. We do currently have Mercury in Scorpio retrograde, and there is a lot of dark energy around at the moment. Now, it can be for many reasons. We did have the conjunction in January, and it was the Saturn Pluto conjunction. We're heading to that next month, but it's going to be Jupiter and Saturn. It could have been that in January, don't quote me, chronically fatigued. But again, we are having the conjunction. Now, with that, it brought about change. Now, instantly, some astrologers were talking about the frequency of, yeah, and I did channel this even before I looked at the astrology. I believe it was in 2018. I was saying there will come a time where people will have a change. And a couple of people were talking about the event. So to speak, we're really moving through that frequency and moving into the frequency of what this major event is going to be. Part of it has already kicked off from January, and it's really the transformation in the collective. Now, when the nodes shifted, we did move into Sagittarius and Gemini. With that, it's, when you do look at the two zodiac signs, South Node is Sagittarius, which is Jupiter. It's also, in a previous time, was a spiritual guru. So it can be Christian, Muslim, Catholic, it was connected to religion. And the North Node is where we're heading to, which is Gemini, which can be us being students, us being open to things. It's also Mercury. It can be socialization. It can be the restrictions that we're under at the moment. Lots of little things, right? But because we do have Neptune in Pisces retrograde, what tends to happen is our crown chakra is activated. We have Aries in Chiron retrograde. Every person on the planet has a wound. Let's be realistic. So some of us can go through those shadows. We can move through those shadows with great difficulty, with a lot of work. And it can be extremely painful to do such. But again, living in that pain, hi Scotland, it can be deeply traumatic, if you don't directly deal with it, okay? So yes, trust me on that. I totally understand how arduous this process is. It's very painful. It's, to look at your shadow, it's almost like a midlife crisis, but it's really not. It's more profound than that. So the shadow energy, because we do have the axis of Aries and Libra, we're looking at the yin and the yang. And the yin and yang is, sometimes we want justice, sometimes we want fairness and balance, and sometimes that's not possible. How do we then come to terms with it? Was it our intuition's fault? Was it something to that degree? Now, this dark energy that's coming through, you've got to bear in mind, not all of us are energetically always in alignment. So unfortunately, yes, there are people on the planet that are at a lower frequency. So, in certain traditions and religions and belief systems, gurus, do mention that when you cast an eye on another person, we hear the term an eye for an eye. We also hear the energy of the evil eye, which, in some cultures, they have the gers, which is the eye, and it is the eye to protect you. Some have spiritual prayers and things to that degree. They have cleansing ceremonies, which is very similar to being psychic. You really got to clear your energy. So, you know, the downloads that you guys have at a psychic level, they come through to you through your messages. The messages that you get through your dream state are quite cryptic. They, not all times, and you always know the difference between a dream, a standard dream, and a dream in which is cryptic. It can feel very surreal, very real, like you're in it and it's happening. It can also be repeating dreams that are happening over and over again. And there's always the imagery inside the dream that is very important. How do I place it? It can be an item, it can be a colour, but they'll really stand out. They'll really be noticeable in that dream. Some of them you won't remember waking up, and that's fine. That's part of the process. Some of them will be so very vivid that they are direct messages. So if most recently you guys in the last 8 weeks have been having dreams, you need to pay attention to what they're telling you, what they're showing you. Some channelings I've have had information inside them. They can be warnings to the degree, preparations. But with the Neptune in Pisces retrograde and Aries and Mars retrograde, I am telling you, there are some people, unfortunately, on this planet that do have the evil eye on particular people. And with that, what does tend to come is it can be like shadow energy. You will know because you will see cockroaches. You will see, you will have damp in your home. You will have leaking pipes. You will have this, innate feeling that this energy is present. There can be aggression in the home that has come out of nowhere. There can be changes in behavior, erratic behavior out of nowhere. And yes, that's going to come with the energy of the two polarities of the moons, because it's yin and yang, it's Mars and it's Libra. It's the shadow side of Libra is Aries, and the shadow side of Aries is Libra. And we are moving into a full moon in Taurus on the 31st, and it's going to be at 8 degrees. Now, the super new moon in Libra was at 23 degrees, which is critical degrees. So I'm speaking both astrologically, psychically, and yeah, psychically. So, pay attention to the signs at the moment that you're having. If your sleep is broken, it can be connected to Mars. And I do tend to find during the end of the transit, your sleep can become disruptive. But a lot of us at the moment are having integration. So you really need to, and especially some of you on your soul path at the moment, you're in the hard part of the journey, because at the end of this cycle, what tends to happen, and I have mentioned to a lot of you to go back and look at some of my old videos because they will resonate with what you're currently going through right now. You will go off your food. And again, I'm not a physician. If you need it checked, please get it checked. You may find that you are moving away from meat-based products. You can get to a point where, certain food groups just aren't working for you. It's like you're upgrading your auric field. You will purge through your chakra system. And when you have a good day, you'll feel like you're on cloud nine and you'll grab that like it's gold. And then you will feel a purgatory experience coming again. So it does really feel quiet, and no shade on the term. It can feel very manic and bipolar, but it's not. Again, do actually seek help if you feel that you're needing such, but through that spiritual process, from a spiritual point of view, it is a very arduous, purduous process. You will get to the point you are looking under your armpits and you're thinking, have I healed enough? Is there anything more to come up? And, don't be so hard on yourself, because these things do take time. Even me within union and moving forward and developing further the gift that I have, you still have the upgrades, you still have the changes. These are very anxious times. So, again, I will say there are people at the moment, unfortunately, that are lower frequency that can actually be looking towards you in some shape or form that you have it easy. And not one of us on this planet has it easy. I was even mentioning it to my daughter the other day. You can be the richest person on the planet and you can still get sick. You can, and you still will have problems. You are not immune to those factors. We're human beings, it's part of the process. We all will get the good, the bad, and the ugly. Some of us will have the innate ability to strive to heal ourselves, to better ourselves, and to actually take accountability for things in our life. Others will not. Um, and that's really very similar to the way Leo King mentioned it. We do need to understand that, yes, on the planet there is shadow energy and it can't be eradicated. There was a statement made on a TikTok video the other day. And sometimes when you see people's frequency, you must understand their conditioning. It's pointless getting angry. Some people you can't change. It's not our job to change everyone. It's our job to try as best as possible to come correct. This really, in the times that we're moving forward into, is going to be deeply challenging because there is a lot in the collective coming up to do with race, with hate, with things to that degree. It is due to the Sagittarius nodes and changes in society. So the way we need to look at things, we may at times wish to defend, wish to look at things, but to really be the observer and the student in this time to understand different people's perspectives from all walks of life. That somehow may be with that communication, which is Gemini. My father used to say, more listening, less talking. And it was because I was a talker, okay? And he was a Libra as well, so he knew I could bloody talk. But it was the best advice out because at times, sometimes we do need to hear other people's perspectives so we know where they're coming from. And if you can just step back and you can actually look at it, some people don't want to change. Some people are holding that like it's their earth, it's their world. And to them, in their own life, it is their earth and their world. So if you're trying to convince a person otherwise, until they've reached that pivotal point to be able to look at it from a different perspective, they're simply not going to. So there was a statement made, and it was from a New Zealander, which I'm Kiwi. I'm very worldly. I've, really lived in different places around the world. So I don't really, I was born in New Zealand. I live in Australia. I've lived in Cyprus. I've lived in England. I've visited Singapore and Indonesia. I have done a great deal of travels. I met many cultures, so I'm very open. I'm very culturally diverse in a sense. And I did come from a multicultural family, so I'm pretty partial, I wouldn't say I'm a fence sitter. I'm open to understanding people are different. In this video, it was such a crying shame, but again, initially there was ego, and there was another astrologer that was mentioning this most recently, that sometimes when you hear a person talk from their perspective, you may wish to jump and defend. And a statement was made based on Australians, which I thought was funny because I'm a Kiwi, but I do live in Australia, and I have many friends around the world from different cultures. And he had a very harsh statement based on Australians, and it was quite firm. And initially, I was going to respond, and I thought, he obviously has had a situation happen at some point and a belief. And the one thing I will, really take my hat off to in New Zealand, which I did find it quite, difficult when I came to Australia, is that we went to school with Maoris in New Zealand and it was very connected to the culture. So in some places around the world, yes, we are behind. And that's not wrong or right. It's that it's admittance of it. And it's in the hope and the will with you coming correct that even if there's one person in a certain location, they can directly change the frequency around. So we may not change that person's perspective and perception due to previous events, but by coming correct and addressing them in a polite manner, you can slightly shift their perspective of that notion. So dark energies at the moment are present. People's egos are at play. I'm going to pull a few cards to see what's up in the hood. Now, if you're having cockroaches in the house, if you're having, and it can be just be on the premises, excess insects, damp, what else can I say? Mood swings in the house changing, energy shifting, fatigue. And I mean, yes, you're going to be fatigued due to Mars retrograde. Plus, it is going direct soon, but at the same time, you do tend to find at the end of the transit it's heavier. But this is unusual energy, you know, out of sort energy. If you're feeling it, you need to cleanse your house. Now you can do gin removals. You can do, when it gets to that point, you can ask for the energy to be returned to sender. Thanks, sweet. I feel like... I'll answer it in a minute, Dale, but I'm just going to do this channeling tonight. I'm not really going to answer any questions because I need to get this information out. Look at me, I'm fatigued. Okay, so the page tree experience. Plus, I know that you're a Scorpio, so I will say at the moment for you, move through the energy. Those Scorpio placements for all of us collectively are hitting us hard. They are 8th house placement. Now, with spiritual connections, with TF Journey, it's never over, okay? It's never over. It's what you do need to understand is where you are is where you're meant to be. What time is it over here? It is, I think it's like 10. I can't, yeah. It's 10:11. There you go. So it's never really over, you know. So it's been present in your life. If you want to choose somebody else, you can choose somebody else. It is a choice you are making every day. Some of us are so scared to make a choice, thinking if you go down one path, you know, you've made the wrong choice. No, in fact, it's polar opposite. If you are destined to be with somebody, it will happen. Taking a path is merely the road less travelled, so it's not wrong or right. You have to do what is correct for you. Now, let's get into the energy. What crystal is in suggestion of this psychic attack energy coming through? And what is the advice? What is the advice? Definitely cleanse your house, right? It's perfectly normal at the end of the journey because you are coming into alignment. You're not meant to feel that energy. It will feel foreign, like you're healed and you're cured. Like I said, book reading, come here and I'll coach you. It is perfectly normal, okay? You will not feel their energy. It will go dormant, stagnant, like they're not even on the planet. And then you will be working on your attachment energy too. How does that make you feel? Are you okay? And then you will come back into alignment and focus on your side of the fence and be at peace. And be open and not try to control it. It's almost like that song, Jesus, take the wheel. Right. And then it'll turn up. But you've got to let go. The letting go is of the control of the fair-based frequency of the purgatory experiences is the work. Okay, so energy coming up at the moment. Okay, there's somebody around. Do I really want to read this? Okay, pink always suggests heart chakra. It's in reverse. It's in reverse. So I said, where is it coming from? All right. My mental and emotional bodies are balanced. I attract nurturing people. So this would be a lower frequency person. So if you are feeling the energy, yes, it can be evil eye, it can be jealousy, it can be envy. Now, on the other side of the card, release heartache, grief, and sorrow of past relationships. This can be a karmic. Encourage lightheartedness and joy. Restore the balance of confidence and emotions. This is a person who is not balanced. Okay. Suggestion for all of us collectively. So this can be a person, maybe, again, we have Libra energy, marriages, contracts, partnerships, can be previous employers. It can be, in general, envious, low frequency, vampires. Anywho, okay, suggestion. Interesting. Okay, this is what you can use, which is really interesting. It's probably reversed on the camera. I am grateful for other people's good fortune. It brings me joy to see others experience happiness. Well, most of you that have done work on yourselves, you're pretty much okay with that. If you got a trigger, that's different. I feel safe and protected. Improve self-esteem and confidence. Dissipates jealousy. Extend blessings and goodwill to others. Increase philosophical action. I would say, if anything, this is what I'm getting. If you're embodying this energy and it's coming through in you, it's being channeled. I did say this at the beginning of the video. Your energy will change. You will start reacting in a way that is not usual. Okay? So what tends to happen when you're psychic? This bloody light's going fluor on me. When you're psychic, what happens is if you're tuning into somebody and you're thinking on a direct situation, it can be a masculine, a boss, it can be twin, it can be a whoever, right? If you are perplexed and confused and you're trying to work out what the heck to bloody do, I'm trying to work out where to put this light. It's probably this. It's like I'm fluoroed. Anywho, what you're actually doing is directly tuning into them and channeling them. So when you channel them, if you don't close your crown chakra off, you can directly absorb their frequency and you will start embodying the energy of how they are thinking, feeling, and directing their energy towards you. So it can come up in your aura with your actions, your demeanor, and your vibration. So drink fluid, use tomboline, smudge stick yourself, have a shower, tune out of that individual, white light yourself, open your hands and send the energy back, return to sender, okay? Return to sender. Because energetically, by feeding it, it's like a host. You need to tune out of their energy, understand that you are protected, and know that it is their energy for them to check themselves. Now, crowning energy. Yeah. That's why you're feeling tired. Energy vampires. You need to clear your space. Clear your space. Okay? What other cards? I'm going to use the Abraham Hicks. One card from the Abraham Hicks. That shouldn't be in there. Hello, hello. This can be affecting your cash component. This can be affecting your heart chakra and your clearing. But I'm more seeing attachment energy affecting your auric field. There is jealousy, green-eyed monster. I will not try to control the uncontrollable. No, you can't control the uncontrollable, but look at the eye on the card. Some people wish to. So protect yourself, don't let it bind you. Clear your energy, cut the cords. Every relationship I establish is eternal. So no one can take from you what is truly yours. And we all have spiritual connections to one another. We have the sun and the moon. Again, shadow energy. So pay attention to it. And again, where you're at with your vibration is going to directly attract what you where you energetically are. So if you're getting really peeved and you're like, I don't understand, like, you know, I've done my purging, I've done my healing, where's this golden nugget that's supposed to be showing up? Because you've set the intention that you are at a particular frequency and that's how you're wanting it, it's not going to come to you at a lower frequency. So it's actually positive. It's a, I don't know why it's doing that. It doesn't come to you in a lower frequency fashion. It's probably that. It's like an alien, right? Okay, my relationships will change when my vibration changes. There you go, a bloody suggestion. Clear your energy, okay? Clear your energy and do it ASAP. I have been clearing my home the last 3 days. You can put salt on your front door. You can do, you know, a prayer connected to your belief system, something to actually protect your auric field. Drink fluid to flush the negativity out. Also, you'll find with the next month's energy, we will be moving into collective energy of Taurus, so our self-esteem. Be careful what you eat. I'm just saying, because Taurus energy can be very Venus orientated. It is a full moon. Check your emotions. You may be more prone to overeating, or if you have eating disorders and things to that degree, there could be triggers surrounding that. We're having Mars go direct, but it's still there, okay? We've still got Aries and Chiron retrograde. Do some chakra balances. Do some balances linking into where the purging is coming from. And again, if you do feel you're more inclined to psychic attacks, this sounds bizarre, but it works for me, put headphones on. Don't know why it works, but it does. Put headphones on and go to sleep that way. You're blocking out the white noise, and it's going to help you relax to a point that you can sleep. I hope that helps. Any very quick questions? But yes, the cards are coming through, stating such. Can you do a search on YouTube and it will show you salt baths? Yeah, look, anything that you wash yourself with is going to clear the energy. It doesn't have to be no magic potion or anything. Sandalwood is very beneficial. Frankincense and myrrh is actually really good. You can use certain aromatics. Again, you know, do be careful, especially with lavender and rosemary. You know, some of them can actually cause issues, more from a seizure point of view, if you have epilepsy or anything to that degree. And again, I'm not a medical practitioner, but research it, you know, actually get a professional's advice, read the labels, do what you need to do correctly, or just keep it really basic. Keep it to the point where, look, you can even use herbal teas, where you actually place chamomile in there and, you know, wash off. It's great for sunburn too. Tea, antioxidants. Anywho, any last messages? Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you. Trying to find out who these energies are. Yes. This person is a bit of a, how do I put it? For some of you, it could be somebody that you work with. For some of you, the channeled message I'm getting is they're actually working something out. They might be looking at money and finances and concerned about this factor. They can be reading over old documents, old text messages, searching situations up on videos and things to that degree on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. But it does feel they're doing a little bit of research. Now, they do feel like a third wheel on this, or they feel you're the third wheel, whatever this is. There is jealousy. They may have looked at you as someone different to who you actually are, and this is concerning them. It's triggering them. And it's kind of paving them because you have a positive energy, but they don't like you. You have removed yourself from conflict, right? And because of that, they're trying to bring these people's energy, or people in general energy, back to it. It's very codependent in nature. Yeah, codependent, fear of isolation, in ego, right? And the sun, I'm pretty sure, is in Scorpio, or is that? Yes, it is. It's going to be in Sagittarius in November, but at the moment it's in Scorpio. So again, we've got the 8 of coins on the table here. The 8 of coins can link to 8th house placement. That's what I'm saying, especially with Scorpio retrograde and Mercury. Mercury retrograde in Scorpio. It's not wanting to let something go, trying to work a plan up, wanting to get this back, wanting to weasel their way back into situations. Not wanting to be left out in the cold. Even though they may have enough cash, it's not about that. Yeah, they just don't want you to have what they want. Okay, for you guys, hi. Yeah, you're sensing this energy. And again, with Mercury and Scorpio, you're psychically going to pick this crap up, right? You can feel the threat. Some of you have intuitively decided what to do. Some of you are trying to balance your life out. You're being compassionate and understanding, but you still want to go towards your hopes and dreams. You're open to this. You're like, if there's balance, I'm moving forward. These energies, I feel they're a circular energy. I don't feel they're a singular energy. I feel they're a circular energy. Let's see if I can pull a card. And the number that comes up on the card is the amount of people. How many people, at a rough rate, are linked to this circle? 8. They know this is temporary, what they're doing. It's temporary. Any questions? And for the lovely Antonella, I will pick a card for you, my love, seeing as you did give a super chat, even though I'm not doing super chats tonight, but I will give you one. I'm going to pull from this stack. And then I'm going to bed. I'm tired. That's what happens with these channeled messages. But yeah, cockroaches and dark energy. Psychic attacks, yes, are going to be quite large at the moment. You're moving into the 10 energy, okay? Now, this card is in reverse. Now, I know your zodiac sign. At the moment, you have Aries in the 8th house. Mercury is in the 8th house as well. It's tough, okay? So emotionally, you have wounds and you could be going through, do some inner child, okay? So do some balancing on your inner child. Do your solar plexus and sacral chakra and your base chakra. If you're having lower back pains, it is lineage related because you are feeling as though, and it can be abandonment. It's like, who am I going to have here to help me? Who's here? Am I going to be left on the shelf again? Sit with it for a few days. Do some balancing of the energy. Clear your home. Try to keep yourself away from white noise of people's opinions and sit with your own opinion base. Hi, Eddie. Once you do that, Release any belief systems that come up in a sense that as mother, father, sister, brother, you get my gist, family, kin, and then sit with it and say, what do I feel is correct for me? What is my truth away from their belief systems, my childhood, my conditioning? And am I going to be gentle with myself and step forward with my truth? Not somebody else's truth, your truth. Try that, okay? Because you're not seeing the benefits of your own healing and your own choices. At the moment, you can, especially with the 8th house, it's really hitting your 8th house at the moment, Aries is. Scorpio is obviously hitting your 1st house, so you feel you've done something, you feel you need to do something. Just breathe. Take the pressure off yourself. Next month, big opportunities will be coming, especially with Venus. It is moving into Scorpio. It's going to be in Libra as well for both Libras and Scorpios. Love can be great. Love will be moving. So those of you that are that side, there are certain days I've key pointed so far that I'm writing down in the charts. For each zodiac sign to really hone in on the days. But yes, it can be quite testing. There's the 9th, be wary of, but it is easing up to a point where things can be changing. Now, we are having the conjunction next month. We're having certain planets going direct. Roughly looking at the days, there's squaring aspects, which is difficulty, more integration needed. But what it's going to do is really show you where you need to move into changing certain things and maybe what the length of the time frame is going to be, what those changes would need to be. So the retrogrades is the internal work and the reflection. The direct is, oh crap, I've really got to change something. So those things will be coming up, with masculine's energy with Mars going direct. Jupiter's already direct. It's really shifting with divine masculines. With feminines as well, your energy is going to pick up where you'll feel more energetic. Just be very careful at the moment. It's really a great time that if you have been eating a lot of junk, to really start neutralizing that, because we're having this month 2 Venus signs coming up in the moon, 1 a new moon, 1 a full moon. So if you do find you've had your ascension pants on, which, that's Shelley saying, big shout out to her. It's almost like, turning into the tracksuit mum or the tracksuit couch potato, and you've really dropped your vibration and you're like, I need my oomph back. It's really a great time to do it, okay? I've already started my detox. I'm on the soups. I'm finding that with Mars retrograde, I've had to be so careful what I'm eating. The sluggish energy is almost like, you're wanting to eat to get a bit more energy, but it's doing is, going on the hips. It's like, okay. Or it's just not working point blank zero. So just pay attention to what you're consuming. Be cautious with it. Try and eat fuel base that is really going to give you the energy and monopolize on the time frame you do have with it. So if you're getting more done, maybe stagger your workload of things that you need to do so you're not burning out like stupid YILDIZ. And then you'll be fine, okay? But the astrology is moving forward. I'm going to try tomorrow. I have clients tomorrow. I've got one lady I've got to reschedule due to my fatigue. I just didn't want to channel, and that's why I haven't done any, card reads on here. I just wanted to get the basic gist of it to give you guys the update because it was affecting my sleep. So channeling tonight, really at a high level, is going to be. Plus, if you're feeling like that, you never should do that, especially when you feel the psychic attack energy present. It's just, you don't want to share that. So after, smudge your house. You can do a gin removal. You can do an energy upgrade for your house with guided meditation, energy clearing for home. Type into YouTube. You can use your smudge stick. You can put a bowl of water with salt under your bed and discard it each day for about 3 days. What else? Salt at the front door. Clean your windows, clean your mirrors. Dark energy can get trapped inside of mirrors and things to that degree. Also, if you're feeling pockets of energy when you are using a smudge stick, this is a perfect way of checking where those gnarly pockets are. Your smudge stick will turn off. relight it. Keep going. Ask that energy leave. Okay? Open your front door, your back door. I've done videos on this before. You know, do that clearing energy. Give it a while. Air it out. You know, sweep up, throw the rubbish out of the house. Shelley had a tip. It's taking it away from the premises. But at the moment, I don't feel that's needed. I feel it's more connected to a third eye, egoic psychic attack, perspective-wise. Love and light. I'm going to bed now. Yes, that can help. Rosemary, basil, you know, you choose what feels right for you. The message is the message. That's what was coming through with my guides. They were showing me that yes, the energy is affecting your sleep. It's affecting, you know, 6th house placement, which can be health. Check it. Okay. Love and light.